root cause is lack of clarity, access, structure. हम prepared ही नहीं हैं. Assets you have definitely heard of but never seen. Liabilities in form of EMIs, they are continuing.
When one partner loses the other partner, be it male or female, there are certain not just emotional but financial, legal perspectives. There are certain challenges they find that are making them feel stuck.
More than family, I got an inflow of so many queries, mostly by women, and them feeling completely lost.
आज एक ये महत्वपूर्ण एक जानकारी सबके इस पॉडकास्ट के माध्यम से सब लोगों को देना चाहता हूँ. ये कंप्लीटली तो प्रोटेक्ट नहीं करता, बट एटलीस्ट इट गिव्स यू अ चांस टू ब्रीथ.
आप एक ऐसी लड़ाई लड़ रहे होते हो, आप एक ऐसे लॉस से डील कर रहे होते हो जिसमें सिस्टम आपसे सवाल करता है और उन सवालों के आपके पास जवाब नहीं होते. न्याय कभी भी भावनात्मक रूप से नहीं आपको रिलीफ देता, न्याय प्रमाणों से देता है.
Even during their financial planning, I must say that women have taken a backseat because they always are dependent on their spouse. I have seen, I talk about even the health insurance or the life insurance, females are not really aware of.
मैं से बोलूँगा कि विल आपका फ्यूचर प्लान नहीं करता, पर एटलीस्ट आपके जाने के बाद में उस व्यक्ति को प्रोटेक्ट जरूर करता है.
एक शादी करके जब लड़की एक नए घर में आती है, she gets emotionally attached to the home, right? And कहने के लिए this home is on papers, it is in their in-laws name.
The attitude is usually देख लेंगे, अभी तो जिंदगी पड़ी है, पर जब जिंदगी ही नहीं होगी तब कौन देखेगा.
years of married life और सिर्फ एक फ़ोन कॉल. जी हाँ, बात है कोविड की, जब मुझे एक कॉल आता है और पता चलता है दैट आई हैव लॉस्ट माई हस्बैंड एंड दैट चेंज्ड द एंटायर लाइफ. यस, दैट वाज द टाइम जिसने मुझे और स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया, अवेयर बनाया एंड मेड मी रियलाइज्ड कि हम कितना प्लान करते हैं फॉर एवरीथिंग गुड टू हैपन, लेकिन कुछ भी प्रिपेयर नहीं करते अपने आप को कि कहीं कुछ वर्स्ट ना हो जाए. मैरिज जो कि दो लोगों का नहीं, दो फैमिलीज़ का रिश्ता होता है. दैट मेड मी रियलाइज़ कि ये सिर्फ एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट नहीं है, सिर्फ फाइनेंशियल कनेक्ट नहीं है, सिर्फ फिज़िकल कनेक्ट नहीं है, ये और भी बहुत कुछ है. जी हाँ, हम बात कर रहे हैं उन लीगल रियलिटीज़ की जो तब सामने आती हैं जब बहुत कुछ अनफॉर्चुनेट हो जाता है. और उसी के ऊपर बात करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ हमारे गेस्ट शिवाली शर्मा उपाध्याय, एडवोकेट, एंड प्रियांक नारायण उपाध्याय अवेलेबल हैं, जो कि हमें परिचित कराएंगे उन सभी रियलिटीज़ से, उन सभी फॉर्चुनेट अनफॉर्चुनेट इवेंट से जो हमारे कंट्रोल में तो नहीं होते, लेकिन क्या हम उनके टुवर्ड्स अपनी प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हैं जिसका असर हमारी रियल लाइफ पे ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट ना करे. एंड बिफोर वी स्टार्ट द एपिसोड ऑफ लाइफ एंड मनी, आई वुड वांट देम टू शेयर समथिंग अबाउट देयर जर्नी. शिवाली एंड Priyank, over to you.
So we both are practicing from last 13-14 years under the name of Law Chambers of Shivali and Priyank Upadhyay, and we essentially practice in Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, and from last 2 to 3 years in Maharashtra and also in Uttar Pradesh. Our practice area essentially includes civil, criminal, and also constitutional. And when I talk about civil matters, it does include, property dispute, inheritance disputes, matrimonial laws. So that's how we have been practicing.
Lovely. Anything you would like to add, Shivali?
I'm so glad that I'm here in this podcast with you, and I would like to take this opportunity to really appreciate your efforts. Specifically, the topic of this podcast really touches my heart deeply, and I'm looking forward for this discussion today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And as you rightly said, because this is the topic women hardly talk about, and this is something, a tragedy that cannot just happen with the women, it can happen with men too. Anytime anything unfortunate happens, when one partner loses the other partner, be it male or female, there are certain not just emotional but financial, legal perspectives that they undergo with. There are certain challenges they find that are making them feel stuck. Anything that you would like to share on those aspects?
Sarika, this particular reality, in fact, being a lawyer, the first time I actually took it really seriously, you know, when somebody invests their whole life in a partnership, in a marriage, and when suddenly you lose a partner. Being a lawyer, we study it, we come across clients dealing with it, we deal with property disputes, deal with the importance of various legal documents that are connected to these kind of matters. But I think this really came close to my heart when COVID happened. And when COVID happened, a lot of family members, a lot of friends lost their partners. More than family, I got an inflow of so many queries, mostly by women, and them feeling completely lost. So when something like this happens, Sarika, it's a very traumatizing and emotionally draining phase. But you know what? Grief is very personal, but still the world is asking you for paperwork. आप एक ऐसी लड़ाई लड़ रहे होते हो, आप एक ऐसे लॉस से डील कर रहे होते हो जिसमें सिस्टम आपसे सवाल करता है और उन सवालों के आपके पास जवाब नहीं होते. एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट, उन सवालों के जवाब आपके पास कभी थे भी नहीं. एंड आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्ट्रैटा ऑफ सोसाइटी विच इज़ नॉट दैट they don't take it very seriously, these kind of issues. The attitude is usually देख लेंगे, अभी तो जिंदगी पड़ी है, but जब जिंदगी ही नहीं होगी तब कौन देखेगा.
And we never think of that it will hit me at any point of time. Yeah, so true. Priyank, anything from you if I can?
As Shivali just said, I would say the harsh reality is, or the biggest challenge any spouse feels in such position, it's that nothing pauses except the person. And if I talk about financial disruptions, why, what is the reason? The root cause is lack of clarity, access, structure. हम प्रिपेयर्ड ही नहीं हैं. जिस समाज में हम लोग, जिस परवरिश में अब तक आगे बढ़ते आए हैं, तो बहुत कम हम देखते हैं ऐसे केसेस जहाँ पे ये प्रिपेयर्डनेस है. और जैसे ही ऐसी दुर्घटना किसी भी व्यक्ति के साथ होती है तो हमें देखने को क्या मिलता है? सबसे पहला चैलेंज, आपकी फाइनेंशियल पावर्स जो हैं वो सडनली दे आर फ्रोजन. यू हैव टू नाउ फेस द फर्स्ट बैरियर which is paperwork. Basic thing like death certificate, that also takes time. You don't know what are your records of rights. Then assets you have definitely heard of but never seen. Liabilities in form of EMIs, they are continuing. So these are the essential challenges one come across.
And when you talk about justice, Sarika, when you talk about your rights, न्याय कभी भी भावनात्मक रूप से नहीं आपको रिलीफ देता. न्याय प्रमाणों से देता है. प्रमाण से हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, आपके पास आपकी वो फाइल है जिसमें आपको सब पता है. इफ़ योर हस्बैंड इज़ नो मोर, डू यू हैव दैट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, दैट डॉक record of everything your husband used to do for you? And did he leave you with a roadmap to actually begin your new journey without him? So I think this is something everybody should be very, very careful about.
So true. In fact, when I meet my investors, even during their financial planning, I must say that women have taken a backseat because they always are dependent on their spouse. And it has been observed that any sort of financial planning, what males have actually even done, they are not even aware of. I have seen, I talk about even the health insurance or the life insurance, females are not really aware of. They are not even ready to accept the fact that the term insurance, which is truly an important aspect of life, there are women who says, I don't want money which comes to me after my husband's death. And they don't understand the fact that after the demise, it's only money that can help you to survive. It's a harsh fact to believe in, but it's a fact. Anything that you would like to share on something when the bank accounts are in name of the spouse and you loses your partner, how that can affect your survival later?
So Sarika, basically when we talk about if you lose your spouse, bank accounts, investments, financial assets, suddenly, I'm being precise, if a female or even a male, specifically females if I speak of, because we are conditioned in such a manner mostly that we are not supposed to enter this territory. It is the male members who usually take care of the finances. I'm not saying that women can't and women don't look after the finances, but I'm talking about a very specific strata of society. Now, when something like this happens, you're grieving, you're sad, you're emotionally completely devastated. But still, you at that same time, people are asking you, where are the documents? Do you know where the property documents are? Okay, people come and visit you and they say, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, सब ओके हो जाएगा, आप चिंता मत करो, family will be supportive. But at the backside, what's the truth? What's the reality? सब ठीक तब होगा when all your things are in order. Example, bank accounts. Now it really depends whether the bank account was joint or held by the deceased in his own capacity. Even if the bank account was joint, whether you signed a either survivor clause, if you don't have a bank account which was joint, which had an either survivor clause, you can't access those bank accounts. And those bank accounts, sometimes you are not even aware of, Sarika.
Yeah.
Females don't even know there are multiple bank accounts, there are multiple investments, there are sometimes even assets. Sometimes, people are keeping their documents in some office.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even have it. A female is expected to run post to pillar, she doesn't know a thing. So when something like this happens, even a husband, for that chance, if the female is working, there is no record. There is nothing. They don't talk about it because they hesitate. Somehow, I don't know, because of the conditioning, or sometimes it's just that he's taking care of it. He'll handle it. What if he's no more? Who is going to handle it? And then if we talk about the financial assets, there are various categorizations. Whether you are living in a shared household, whether you're living in a matrimonial home, which is actually belonging to your in-laws.
Absolutely.
Are you living in a property which was self-acquired? Whether you're living in an ancestral property, none of these properties and financial assets will give you return or right to sell or right to ownership immediately.
Yes.
Unless your documents are in place.
I want to add on to this. See, to answer your question, we are essentially talking about nominations and joint holdings. और बहुत मैं आज एक ये महत्वपूर्ण एक जानकारी सबके इस पॉडकास्ट के माध्यम से सब लोगों को देना चाहता हूँ कि जिस तिथि को हम लोग आज ये कर रहे हैं, ये सिनेरियो भी लॉ मेकर्स ने चेंज कर दिया है, बिकॉज देयर इज़ अ मास्टर सर्कुलर ऑफ RBI विच इज़ नाउ इन प्लेस, एंड हाउ इज़ इट हेल्पिंग पीपल. हमें ये समझना बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होगा. पहले अक्सर देखा जाता था कि कोई भी व्यक्ति जब किसी सिक्योरिटी की बात करते हैं, मूवेबल एसेट्स की बात करते हैं, बैंक अकाउंट्स, FDs, नॉमिनेशंस हमेशा एक अलाउ होता था. अब एक छोटे सी फैमिली की अगर हम बात करते हैं जहाँ हस्बैंड वाइफ है, 2 बच्चे हैं, हस्बैंड ने एक अकाउंट खोला, आउट ऑफ लव उसने अपने छोटे बेटे के नाम पे नॉमिनेशन कर दिया, एंड सडनली व्हाट वी हैव सीन इन कोविड, बहुत यंग एज में द हस्बैंड पास्ड अवे. नाउ you have this suffering. That person, that child is a minor. Now in present scenario, you have options of multiple nominations. So this is something which is of a great help, which can prevent disputes. And similarly, when I talk about joint holdings, as she also mentioned that if you give instructions of either or survivor, that is very important. ये कंप्लीटली तो प्रोटेक्ट नहीं करता, बट एटलीस्ट इट गिव्स यू अ चांस टू ब्रीथ. सडन प्रॉब्लम जो एक फैमिली फील करती है, स्पेशली अगर हम एक वुमेन की बात करते हैं, वी हैव सीन दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग, दे डू नॉट नो व्हाट दे हैव टू डू. सो दिस इज हाउ नॉमिनेशंस एंड जॉइंट होल्डिंग्स आर ऑफ अ ग्रेट हेल्प. एंड इसमें एक और बात मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि 15 लाख रुपए तक की अगर राशि है तो बैंक आपको कभी भी वो डिनाई नहीं कर सकता अगर आपके पास आइदर और सर्वाइवर है या आपके पास में मल्टीपल नॉमिनेशंस हैं.
There's a threshold limit that the circular sets, that usually what used to happen was if you want to access any bank account, even if you're a nominee, they used to ask you for multiple paperwork, a legal heir certificate, will, probate, succession certificate, etc.
Yeah.
But now after this circular, there's a threshold limit, 15 lakhs and below. They will ask you for very simple paperwork, being a claim form and identity documents and etc. And they will release that amount to you. However, even if this amount is released, the claimants, the other legal heirs, can claim it from you tomorrow. So the battle is not this simple.
Yeah.
There is too much attached to it.
Absolutely.
When we talk about a women, what I have seen, what I have experienced, and I'm sure many other women must have experienced the same. एक शादी करके जब लड़की एक नए घर में आती है, she gets emotionally attached to the home, right? And कहने के लिए this home is on papers, it is in their in-laws' name, right? But at any point of time when she loses her husband, then she feels all of a sudden as if she will be thrown out of the house, or whether she has that right in that property anymore, or how the in-laws would behave, whether she would be given that entitlement that she deserves, or she absolutely goes into that phase wherein she has no answers to it, right? So maybe anything, how she can prepare herself to get a protection on this. I'm sure we always talk about that even in-laws should make a will so that it is clear that in whose name the property would go. But there are people who hesitate to make will. So how she can actually look after that sort of a protection, if there is anything we can learn from the legal perspective?
See, one thing I want to mention, because this is the basic thing which we are coming across through our practice. राइट टू रिजाइड एंड राइट टू ओनरशिप, इसको बहुत हमने देखा है लोग इससे कंफ्यूज होते हैं. अ वाइफ आफ्टर गेटिंग मैरिड, शी इज गोइंग टू द मैट्रिमोनियल होम, शी मे हैव अ राइट टू रिजाइड बट नॉट राइट टू ओनरशिप. हम इन लॉस के देखते हैं, हमने बहुत इंस्टेंसेस पे देखा कि प्रॉपर्टी इन लॉस के नाम पे है और हस्बैंड के नाम पे कोई एसेट कुछ है ही नहीं, एंड अ पर्सन इज स्ट्रगलिंग विथ किड्स. सबसे पहले तो लिविंग चैलेंज आ रहा है और उसके साथ में ये प्रैक्टिकल लीगल चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं. इसके लिए महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है सबसे, जैसे हमने नॉमिनेशंस और उसको समझा था, विल भी इट्स नॉट 100% प्रोटेक्शन.
You can have multiple wills.
ओके, बट विल के लिए अगर मैं इसको आसानी से समझाना चाहूँगा तो मैं से बोलूँगा कि विल आपका फ्यूचर प्लान नहीं करता, पर एटलीस्ट आपके जाने के बाद में उस व्यक्ति को प्रोटेक्ट ज़रूर करता है. सो वी सी, इफ there are battles between the legal heirs, and we also have to look at the law. When husband passes away, suppose and there is no will, he dies intestate, the property has to go to his mother, wife and then children. So लड़ाइयाँ हम ये देखते हैं कि अब in-laws और women के बीच में हो रही है जिसका husband जा चुका है. इन चीज़ों को कर्ब करने के लिए एक प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, टाइमली approaching advocate or financial advisors for their guidance. So I think that can really help any young couple. And because there is one more thing I want to add here. Today we are very fortunate. This is the present scenarios are such where the dominance is of Gen Zs. हम जनरेशन X या Y की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. आज इतने मल्टीपल प्लेटफॉर्म्स, मल्टीपल apps are available which helps you keep your credentials, your all information, record of rights in one place. So it's very manageable, so one must opt for it. So this is how we can prevent any
To
such
add to what Priyank you said, and So you asked that how can a female protect herself? So the good thing is that under the Domestic Violence Act, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, she's somehow protected from any uncertainty with her husband being alive or without her husband being alive also. So as Priyank rightly said, if you are living in a house which is not self-acquired, which is not on your name, you have the right to residence, but you don't have ownership to it. But again, they can't just kick you out of the house just like that. There are remedies, and they have the rights and they can avail them. What I feel is today, even in divorce cases, even in families today presently, there are multiple battles. Courts have so many times pointed out that this has become a package deal. That if there is a fight between a couple, the whole family is dragged into it. Now we're talking about a scenario when there is no husband, there is, one partner is no more. So imagine that if there are already so many matrimonial litigations pending in our country, courts are overloaded with it. Then when they are not there, one spouse is not there, imagine what kind of disputes may come up. So if your partner is alive and there are so many disputes, what if he's not alive? So a small fight, which maybe when he was alive, happens in the family. When he's not there, how can we feel that we are protected? So in this case, I truly advise most of my clients that the properties should be in joint names. Your accounts should be separate and joint at the same time. You can have different accounts for different reasons. You can have a travel account, you can have an expense account, you can have a savings account, and you can actually be protected. So today, if I have an account in my own name and there are savings in it, I'm not going to completely be cashless or moneyless. So it's not about the access of money. It's about access of awareness, access of being able to make a document, record of whatever you have. So you need to be aware. Usually people visit financial advisors, and I truly believe that many people even don't visit financial advisors, but they hesitate going to a lawyer. They feel only when they're really hit badly someday, they will go visit a lawyer. But it's not that. If you have investments, you need to protect those investments, because when you're not there, the documents and your strategies and planning will protect you.
Absolutely. So in fact, there are two things which are coming out of it. One is people don't talk among themselves, husband and wife. So one is not aware of what the other person has done. That's one. And in fact, somebody who has done it, the other person doesn't even get to know about it. And that is why even you talk about mutual funds, you talk about life insurance, there is so much of unclaimed amount which is lying there because people are not aware of it. And why they are not aware of it? Because there is no place wherein they have documented everything. That one person should at least be aware of, okay, this is what all is done. And maybe I'm there, I'm not there, my family should be able to survive. That's the whole motto, I think, for every member in the family has. Right? So when we talk about the nomination, as you rightly said, even nominee, declaring a nominee doesn't truly help that much, because even legal hires can,
Nominee is a trustee.
Yes. So I think that clarity is also not there. So maybe anything on the nomination part, if you would love to add.
So basically, if you're a nominee and you get a particular amount, there are other legal heirs also who can claim that. The access to funds is not immediate as such. There are lots of legal heirs who can come up tomorrow and say that you were the nominee, you took this amount out, I also have a legal right in it. I got a case long back in COVID times when an insurance fund was totally released to a female. And then the mother-in-law and the female, the wife, were actually fighting for the fact that as per Succession Act, I'm also the class 1 legal heir. And I also have a share in my son's insurance amount. So such fights keep happening. So it's very important. I advise all my clients, whoever comes to me, I say that there are two things that you must keep in mind. One, I say, is a legacy leisure. A legacy leisure that you must gift your wife on an anniversary or their birthdays. What is a legacy leisure in my opinion? I named it a legacy leisure, but it's actually a master sheet. It's an Excel wherein you note down every penny you have invested, every asset you have, where is it, what are the proceeds of it, who's the nominee, what will come to you, what will not come to you. It's basically a master sheet of all the documentation, where is what. So tomorrow if any partner is no more, you just open that legacy leisure and you know where everything is. Second thing I tell people is, it's a first aid note. जब आपको चोट लगती है तो आप फर्स्ट एड बॉक्स तो खोल लेते हो, बट जब आप एक पार्टनर को खो देते हो, वो एक चोट से कहीं गहरा वूंड होता है, उसके लिए भी तो एक फर्स्ट एड नोट होना चाहिए. तो आई फील एक फर्स्ट एड नोट जिसमें कि who you trust, who you don't trust, these are the contacts, this is the lawyer I trust, this is a lawyer I visited, this lawyer knows everything about me, my investments, my will, everything that is there, and I want for you, to look into when I'm not there, that will make your life simpler. This is a note for you. A goodbye note which is there and which enables a wife when she's already drained with the emotions to just look at it and everything is done. A roadmap is created because a destination has to be reached by her when you're not there. But at least she needs the roadmap to reach there.
Yeah, this reminds me my personal incident. During COVID, my husband was hospitalized for a week's time. And day by day, he was getting a feeling that health is getting deteriorated. He may not survive. What he did, he was also sure that my wife doesn't know much about where my investments are and all that stuff. He was into insurance and investment sector only. But even then, that 1 week wherein he realized that he may not survive, he started sending me some messages. He sent me a message that this is the password for my laptop. He said, this is what I'm doing in the post office and this is the concerned person there. This is what we have a tie-up with a broker who helps us with all such sort of insurances and he's the concerned person there. मैं आपको ये सब क्यों बता रही हूँ? बिकॉज दिस इज़ जो मैंने अपने आप एक्सपीरियंस किया है कि अगर वो 1 वीक उनके पास नहीं होता तो शायद मेरे पास ये सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं होती. एंड मेनी टाइम्स इट हैपन्स कि वो जो 1 वीक मुझे मिला वो आपको भी मिलेगा, ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. We have seen situations where things happens all of a sudden. I still remember my Mama ji, he lost his son in the shop when it got caught in fire. Aag lagne se that guy was completely burnt out. He was taken to the hospital and was declared dead. So when such things happen so instant, so at such a short moment, you never thought of that he will not come back home today, right?
The attitude is usually देख लेंगे, अभी तो जिंदगी पड़ी है, but जब जिंदगी ही नहीं होगी तब कौन देखेगा?
मैं तो ये सजेस्ट करता हूँ, मैं क्लाइंट्स को एडवाइस भी करता हूँ कि आप कभी भी अंडर एस्टिमेट मत करो भविष्य को.
So Shivali, we spoke about various things. One question is, I would love you to summarize that what documents a couple should keep in place to not to face such criticalities after the demise.
So Sarika, I mentioned so a legacy leisure, which we call it that way. I tell all my clients to do that when they come to me, when they're alive. And I tell them that make a Excel, make a master Excel of all your investments, all your documents, everything, so that one spouse goes, the other takes control and charge. Also, at times we've seen, and personally also, the friends and family who lost their partners in COVID, they would get abrupt legal notices and calls from recovery agents that, oh, there's a loan, and suddenly you are shocked. Here you're dealing with your life, trying to, stand back at your feet, and there you get a legal notice from a bank or any institution which is telling you to repay a loan. Probably the institution also doesn't know that your partner is no more. So, because you never knew there was an account, you never knew there was a loan. So a legacy leisure protects that. again, a first aid note for your partner, which tells your partner that these are the people you trust, these are the professionals you trust, these are the financial advisors, lawyers, or a particular lawyer. Just like a doctor, you must have a legal friend, a lawyer friend who guides you, who knows everything about you, so they can help the other person. So probably and basically just this, these are the key documents. If all the documents are in place, you know where they are. So like digital access, I feel there should be a common email ID of the spouses, which is given to the banks, or maybe 2 email IDs which the partners have access to, so that any financial information, any legal information, any policy, insurance policy, term insurance, anything like that, whatever mail comes from the respective companies, both the partners are able to access it.
Right. In fact, I would love to add here, nowadays even the financial institutions are taking such initiatives wherein they are making such sort of diaries to be handed over to your investors, give them, educate them. They have to fill those details in those diaries and keep it at one place, right? As if you keep your gold into the locker, have that something which is really important document, I would say. Yeah. So Priyank, back to you. There are mistakes people do, right? Sometimes few mistakes that we commit before the demise. There are some after the demise. Anything that you would like to say on that?
Yeah, definitely. See, in दोनों aspects को समझने के लिए I'll put something, in this way, that families, they suffer not because assets are missing, they suffer because access and planning are missing.
Absolutely.
Lovely. You said it so beautifully.
Yeah. So, अगर हम before demise के mistakes को समझते हैं, I second that to Shivali. Presently, we have such amazing platforms available. Why I'm saying, platforms and digital platforms, because nowadays it's by default that passwords are, we are forced to change them.
Yeah.
So a couple at least, should share one common platform where whenever you update the password, in real time that is reflected in your partner's account also. So that is required. And one must make a proper dispute आएगा ही तब भविष्य में जबकि assets होंगे. अगर assets हैं in whatever forms, उसकी proper list. Again, I would say that advise going for digital platforms only, and because books and ये आजकल बहुत कम लोग use कर रहे हैं, or one can do a parallel thing. So this is what is required. Then to conclude in this way, one must do the multiple nominations. One must also give instructions to the bank or the organizations for opting for your either a survivor. Then with this, they must ensure that if there are assets to that effect where a requirement of will is necessary, then they should do that. And if I am talking about families जहाँ पे wealth बहुत सारे forms में involved है, large volume में है, तो मैं तो ये suggest करता हूँ, मैं clients को advise भी करता हूँ, आप अपने जीवन काल में ही अपने बेटे बेटी जो भी legal heirs को जिस भी माध्यम से wife को, mother को, parents को जो देना चाहते हो, आप family settlement से दे सकते हो. कुछ स्टेट्स में आपका फैमिली पार्टीशन इज़ अलाउड, आप अपने जीवन काल में कर सकते हो, आप वैसे उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दो, सो दैट यू कैन रिड्यूस दैट रिस्क ऑफ डिस्प्यूट्स इन योर फैमिली इन फ्यूचर. सो दिस इज़ अबाउट बिफोर डिमाइज. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट आफ्टर डिमाइज, सबसे पहले जो मिस्टेक आजकल हम लोग बहुत देख रहे हैं, डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स होते हैं, हस्बैंड का फ़ोन रहता है. Suppose if you have access to his bank accounts or credentials, you tend to operate that account, which is the biggest mistake somebody is making.
After
Yes.
demise.
आप सोच रहे हो आप bona fide purpose के लिए उसको use कर रहे हो, वो गलत है. That would be ultimately seen as an illegal act on your
We
part.
had a client, in fact, you remember, wherein the husband was in the hospital and she had lent some amount, a very heavy amount to her husband for his business, and the husband expired, and that very moment, after a few hours, she tried to transfer that amount back to herself because it was unused and she had given it. Immediately the police officials got to know and the banks informed, and there was police at her house and residence. So then it followed the legal.
This is not legally right for any specific amount, or even if it is.
No,
So
one
it's
must not do that.
It's your account, and after you, nobody has the right to access it until it's a joint account.
Or there is a standing instruction to that
Instructions
effect
for that
to the bank.
effect. Yeah. I feel that families who strategically plan with the help of their advisors, lawyers, financial advisors, their investments, their money, avoid litigation. However, families who have poorly documented things, they get into litigation and disputes. So आपका जीवन बहुत छोटा है, आपको यही कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि डिस्प्यूट्स ना हो. तो फैमिली को जोड़ने की बात जब आती है तो ये सबसे पहले सबको सॉर्ट करने की भी बात आती है.
पोस्ट डिमाइस में दो एस्पेक्ट और हैं जो हम बहुत कॉमन देखते हैं लोग जिसके साथ हमारे चेंबर आते हैं. एक तो पोस्ट डिमाइस ये अज्यूम करना कि मेरा हस्बैंड, मेरे फादर एक किसी प्रॉपर्टी के एब्सोल्यूट ओनर थे या किसी भी एसेट के एब्सोल्यूट ओनर थे. ये अज्यूम करना बहुत गलत है. डिलेड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, इनिशियल डेज में आपको अगर आपकी प्लानिंग सही है एंड बिफोर डिमाइज अगर आप वो मिस्टेक्स प्रिवेंट कर लेते हैं बाय अप्रोचिंग फाइनेंशियल और लीगल एडवाइज़र, so definitely that will be of a great help and that will help you to prevent that delayed documentation. आप किसी इंश्योरेंस क्लेम के लिए एंटाइटल्ड हैं, आपको पता ही नहीं है.
Exactly.
आप उसको इतने समय बाद लॉन्च कर रहे हो and obviously company will go by its policy terms. So these are the essential mistakes I would point out which are very common.
I would urge the females also to ask questions.
Yeah, I think clarity is better than assumptions at any point of time.
Participate. I would really urge that times are changing now. Women are getting independent. Women are taking over. They're handling their finances. So many females I see travel to different cities and work from where they live, their own house, their money, their expenses. They're doing everything today. So I really urge the women and the females who are not yet and are yet to explore this field. They must ask questions. They must participate with their husbands. And this, I hope this podcast creates some awareness for females that it's better to ask questions. It's better to sort things out today so that tomorrow you're not just left alone.
Right. I believe we only keep waiting for life to teach us those lessons. And finally, when life teaches us, it is really hard way to learn all this. When you are emotionally drained, when you are financially drained on all these.
Because
Absolutely.
law
And we-
doesn't see you that way always.
The law needs paperwork. Law will not, it's as I said, भावनात्मक रूप से न्याय नहीं मिलता. आपको प्रमाणित करना पड़ता है अगर आपको न्याय चाहिए, जस्टिस चाहिए. एंड कोविड और पैंडमिक के बाद तो बिल्कुल हमको इस चीज़ पे गौर करना चाहिए और इस चीज़ पे चलना चाहिए. इतनी जाने जा चुकी हैं, इतने लोग इन सब इश्यूज से, डिस्प्यूट से, लिटिगेशन से जूझ रहे हैं. कोर्ट्स आर ऑल्सो ओवरबर्डन्ड. If we as citizens of this country pull our sleeves up and actually, make everything and do our bit, even the courts will not be burdened. Disputes will reduce at the end of the day. Maximum disputes in the country are matrimonial and property disputes and family disputes.
And primarily you need to understand you are doing it for your own ease. Right?
Absolutely.
और हमें ये भी समझना ज़रूरी है कि ये जो कॉमन परसेप्शन है कि हम कर लेंगे, किसी भी भविष्य की परिस्थिति को अंडर एस्टिमेट करना या ये सोचना अरे अभी तो हम 35 साल के हैं, 40 के हैं, 25 के हैं. अगर एसेट्स हैं तो आप वो एक्शन लो ना, और आपकी लाइफ बहुत अच्छी है तो आप उसको टाइमली अपडेट करते रहो. लॉ ही नहीं कहता आपने एक बार डॉक्यूमेंट बना दिया तो आप बना नहीं सकते, अपडेट नहीं कर सकते.
This is a very good point. People generally, while making a will also, they sometimes ask me what is the right time to make a will.
There is no right
There's
time.
no right time.
If you have assets, make it.
Yeah.
वैसे will does not require registration mandatorily. Will सिर्फ दो एस्पेक्ट दिखे जाते हैं कोर्ट्स के द्वारा कि उसका एग्जीक्यूशन वैलिड है, व्यक्ति जो उसे एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है वो उस समय कॉम्पिटेंट था। ये दो एस्पेक्ट्स को इंश्योर करने के लिए आप सबसे पहले तो रजिस्ट्रेशन कराइए, बिकॉज आप खुद पर्सनली प्रेजेंट होते हैं, आपके थंब इम्प्रेशंस लगते हैं, एंड आज वो आधार बेस्ड OTPs इन सब के माध्यम से हो रहे हैं। सो अगर एक डिस्प्यूट बहुत लंबा चल सकता है एम्बिग्विटी पे, तो आज इन प्लेटफॉर्म से जो हमको सुविधा मिली है उससे हम इन चीज़ों को कर्टेल कर सकते हैं। सो ये करना आवश्यक है।
एंड डिस्प्यूट्स अगर बिल्कुल ही अवॉइड करने हैं, लाइफ बिल्कुल ही सिंपल बनानी है, तो व्हाइल यू आर लिविंग प्लीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट। कहते हैं particular property is mutated.
Absolutely.
Why to complicate? So will is also a complicated phenomena. It's not the end game, as I said. Even if you have a will, it's not that it's the last will. You can make multiple wills. So, and subject to disputes. Tomorrow when you are not there, so why not just close things while you are there? Make the family, stronger. Make that build love between your members and not try to create disputes. So I think it's all in your hands.
But are you truly finding that change from generation to generation? Because if we go to our ancestral point of time, they were hesitant to make wills. But maybe I'm wrong. Correct me.
The change is coming.
Change is coming, but still
it's
not
still,
there.
yeah.
It's still not there.
हम अर्बन सिटीज़ में देख रहे हैं तो बहुत ठीक है। एज आई सेड अर्लियर ऑल्सो, आज जनरेशन Z है, वो बहुत अवेयर हैं, उनको मल्टीपल प्लेटफॉर्म्स, सोशल मीडिया आज बहुत अवेयर कर देते हैं। तो दैट इज़ देयर, बट उसका इम्पैक्ट देखने में हमें समय लगेगा। पर आज भी हम जनरेशन X और Y के केसेस देख रहे हैं और वो सामने है।
I think they are smart enough. They don't want to invest in physical assets anymore. They want to keep liquidity. So investing more in the financial assets. But even those for financial assets to be distributed in fair proportion to every legal hire, that is important again. Yeah. So with this, Shivali, maybe one more thing. When we know that this is important, documentation, will, nomination, we talked about almost various things, but what is stopping people, maybe especially couples, why do they hesitate sharing, why do they hesitate making the other partner aware of what is invested, where it is invested? Is it that females are not taking much interest into it, or maybe when they both are earning, there could be different situations. When they both are earning, then that is something, your money is your money, my money is my money. I don't know. But what is stopping them from being fair on discussions here?
I had a client, I think 2-3 years back, and she walked into my office saying that, and she was in the financial industry only. She walked into my office saying that, I got rocafied, the gifts got distributed, but I was meeting my would-be husband over a coffee date. And I somehow discussed the fact that, how are we financially? Whose names, are there on XYZ properties? They broke the relationship. So when we are coming to, why they don't discuss, I think because lots of negativity is attached to discussing finances, especially if a female is discussing them. Also, there is a conditioning ki, he's taking care, let him take care. Also then अशुभ माना भी जाता है कि यार ये बात मत करो, अभी हम जी रहे हैं साथ में, जीते हैं, लाइफ बिल्ड करते हैं, don't talk about death, but death is the reality. So I think these are the prime reasons. Also females, if they talk about money, they're termed as gold diggers, and then you're not fit for marriage. But I urge females to be question on these issues and participate with their husbands. Even husbands should realize the importance of including their wives in major financial decisions that they're taking. So I think a joint partnership goes a long way. Yeah.
So true. So Priyank, anything that you would like to add on to whatever we discussed so far? Anything that we could not touch upon? I'm sure when we were talking about these aspects, there are two angles to it. One is when you lost your partner due to some unforeseen event, and there is another angle to it when you purposefully wanted to get separated, divorce, is one such situation. But then divorces, I'm sure, would be having a complete different angle to it. So maybe this might not be the right episode to cover that. We might come again onto it. But anything other than that you think you would like to conclude upon to bring more clarity with this concept?
See, to bring clarity, I'll sum up by saying that, people must ensure the access and planning. It covers everything, whether approaching legal advisor, financial advisors in time, making family arrangements, drawing your will. It covers everything, including nomination, joint holdings. So that's how it is. So one must ensure access and planning at right time.
Shivali, anything from you?
I truly feel the need of the hour is to end fights, to mitigate. Mediation is the key today. I truly feel work upon, a situation, work upon the documents in such a way that you tend to avoid disputes totally, because the courts are anyways burdened. I feel that if you can end a fight, which is, probably going to come, just work on that. So, and working on that requires documentation, working on that requires legal help, working on that also requires awareness, which is, go out there and actually access the information that is available for you. Everything is there on Google today. Everything, every case law, even we do our research. Everything is there. There are articles, the law firms and lawyers who specialize in these fields publish almost every week. Read them. So I think the lackadaisical approach, if that can be avoided, disputes can be avoided.
Right. So I think awareness is one thing that people need to give time to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So great. I think we got various insights on the legal perspective, and finance plus legal are two things which can be sorted with awareness. So thank you so very much. I truly enjoyed the conversation, and I expect our viewers must have the same feeling. And we will soon meet again for another episode to it, which may cover up divorce section. And thank you once again. Thank you, Shivali. Thank you, Priyank.
Thank you, Sarika.
Really happy to be here today.
थैंक यू। हम सभी ने समझा लाइफ अनप्रेडिक्टेबल है, लाइफ हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, लेकिन जो हमारे कंट्रोल में है, अवेयरनेस लाना, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रिपेयर करना, डिस्कस करना विद योर पार्टनर। क्योंकि जब हम शादी की बात करते हैं वहाँ सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है व्हेन यू डिस्कस अमंग योरसेल्फ, यू डोंट जस्ट गेट क्लैरिटी, यू ब्रिंग पीस इन द रिलेशनशिप। द होल ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ अ हैप्पी मैरिड लाइफ इज लव, fun, enjoyment, and to have peace whether you are there or you are not there. तो क्वेश्चन सिर्फ इतना है कि क्या हम अपने रिलेशनशिप में लव को मेंटेन कर रहे हैं या अनसर्टेनिटी को। सोचना आपको है, तो जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट।